everybody, welcome to another episode of Real Talks, where we ask real questions about real estate. I got my buddy Wei here with me today, who has a dying question he wants to ask. Hopefully we'll discuss this and talk about it. What you got, Wei?
So when I first got into the business, I know that, I thought that, for agents who did a lot of transaction, I thought that they were just automatically the best agent. But I think, just kind of seeing from experience, that's not always the case. So for a seller or for a buyer who's picking their real estate agent, if the agent that sells the most houses does not necessarily mean they're the best agent to get them the best results, what is it then that they should look for when choosing their agent?
Oh, that's a really good question. Not all agents are created equal. Yeah, doing high volumes doesn't necessarily mean that you are the best agent, because, behind the scenes, we know some of the good agents, we know the bad agents out there. The ones that look like gods in front of the consumer when they are maybe the worst agents to work with. But it's tough. There's freedom of choice in our world. So you have the right to choose anybody you want to work for you or who you feel is capable to do the job. I think most people do not interview agents. So I think that's one of the big philosophies for us. Because we want to make sure that whoever we're working for, they really actually want to work with us. We're not like some charity case of like, oh, I got referred to you, so I want to use you. We probably are more unique compared to others, where we tell the clients before they're even our clients, hey, go interview like 2 or 3 other agents, and after interviewing those people, you feel like we're the ones to do the job for you, then yeah, I think at that point they should make that decision. Yeah, we're the right ones. I don't know what you think in terms of what I guess consumers should do before picking the agent, because number one isn't always best. There are some really good number one. Don't get me wrong. Right. There are some really good number one agents out there, meaning like they dominate their marketplace and so forth. But read reviews if you can. The reviews kind of get tough too, because they're pretty oversaturated. Usually clients are ecstatic when they finally get a house or they sell their property. So the reviews could always be skewed a little bit. But what would you maybe suggest somebody?
I completely agree with what you said to interview agents, because I was shocked when I read the statistics of where most sellers go with the first agent they interview. And, and we've seen horror story where we're looking through the MLS and we just see horrible pictures, horrible marketing, and it's just really a disservice to their client. So I completely agree with you where, interview multiple agents, right? You always talked about how this is the most important investment for most people. This is their largest investment. They're only going to be doing a couple transactions throughout their whole lives. So it doesn't hurt to, spend 30 minutes each to interview a couple agents and see which one provides you the best result that, you're looking for. That leads to my second question, because I know recently we had gone up, with an interview with another top realtor. I'm not going to mention who, but, this realtor does a bunch of, transaction each year, but then we ended up getting the deal because the seller just felt like what we presented on the table, our marketing, and just the how the way that we communicated with them, they preferred that over. What do you think was another big factor that made them want to choose us over that other realtor?
I always try to ask the question, why do people choose, our team over, let's say, another team or another agent? Even whether we win the transaction or we even lose the transaction, because I think you can learn a lot more from losing than you do from winning sometimes. And to be honest with you, all the responses are just so wide. Right. Everybody's always looking for something maybe a little bit differently. And that's kind of like that one hard part about our job is you have different personalities, different expectations. I think what we could do is we can deliver a positive overall experience with the entire transaction. I know we talk about this a lot. You know, it's not about like what we do for the clients, but really kind of focusing on how we can make our clients feel throughout the entire transaction, and being able to connect with our clients on that level rather than, hey, this is us, this is what we do, this is what we can do for you, you know? I think it's just like making that extra connection beyond the scope of just the real estate transaction, which is really important to us as a team and what we're trying to do with our clients, which has paid off really well. But yeah, I mean, everybody's always looking for something different. We may be able to offer something that another agent's not willing to be able to offer. I think when you are choosing your agent though, especially if it's like listing a property, like what exactly are they going to do? Do they just show you like a report of this is what I think the property is going to be listed at? Or can they break down, okay, these are the strategies we have. This is what we do. Here's the timeline. Day 1, you sign the contract. Day 3, we get your stagers in. Day 4, we have the photography. Day 5, we have the videography. And, you know, here's how we roll out the marketing. You know, here's the listing video. Here's where we're going to spend our ad dollars to get, you know, more eyeballs on the property. Today, we set the property out to go onto the multiple listing services. It's going to go out to all these different websites now. Like if the agent doesn't know what's going to happen or they can't clearly explain to you what will happen from the point you sign the listing agreement, then they might not actually be knowing what they're doing. They haven't perfected their systems yet. Same thing on the buyer side, right? If they can't show you how they're different from the other agents or how they negotiate or what their tactics are to get the property for you in this super competitive marketplace, then where is the real value of the real estate agent? I think whenever you hire anybody for any type of service, you're always looking for what's the value. Right. Am I gonna pay you to do this and just be like everybody else, or am I gonna pay you to do this so you can be better than everybody else? I mean, I think looking at so far that you've been in the business, I mean, where do you think that value of the real estate agent comes?
It's that customer building relationship, knowing exactly, finding out, you know, what their needs are, and then really trying to cater to that needs. I mean, I know for us, we have a process of exactly how we, you know, navigate through the transaction, but every client is so different. Every situation of their life is so different. And I think really, you know, applying that system that we know, but then to them, specifically to them, is really makes the whole transaction really smooth.
And then just kind of go piggybacking off of like the original question of like the top agent that is in the area. I mean, you also have to look at, okay, how is the dynamics of whether it's a team, because it could be a top agent that's just doing everything else and he has back end office administration services to help him with or her with their business. So you have to look at the entire package. How do they actually operate their business? Do they do everything themselves? And do they have the bandwidth to service as many clients as they're working with? You know, if it's like a single agent that's just doing everything themselves, can they handle 10 buyers at a time? I know personally I can't. I try to max myself out between 3 to 5. That's my comfortable range. After that, then it's just too crazy, you know? So I think looking at how each individual agent operates is going to be very critical to the needs that you have as a client too.
I agree.
Well, hopefully you guys got some helpful tips. And as always, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, feel free to leave them below. And don't forget
to smash that like button.
See you guys next time.